Santhathi, Fertility and Maternity Center, bringing you the joy of parenthood. Today let's learn about what is frozen embryo, their success rate and methods. What is frozen embryo? It is a procedure that allows people to store embryos for later use. They can even freeze eggs which are not fertilized. Success rate of frozen embryo transfer? Research suggests that there is a good chances of delivering healthy babies. Many fertility specialists and treatment providers indicate that frozen embryo transfers provide a higher pregnancy success rate than using fresh embryos during assisted reproductive technology. How the embryos are being frozen? It is a procedure where lab embryologists place embryos in a special machine that slowly cools them in stages. They then add cryoprotectants, and once the embryos are frozen, they are stored in liquid nitrogen at -321 degrees Fahrenheit. The entire process takes about 2 hours. What is cryopreservation? The process of cooling and storing cells, tissues, or organs at very low or freezing temperatures to save them for future use. Also called cryobanking. Embryo cryopreservation involves in vitro fertilization, a procedure in which eggs are removed from a woman's ovary and combined with sperm in the laboratory to form embryos. The embryos are frozen and can later be thawed and placed in a woman's uterus. Embryo cryopreservation is a type of fertility preservation. There are two different methods to freeze and preserve embryos: slow programmable freezing and vitrification. In the slow freezing method, the embryos are frozen slowly, in stages. The CPAs are added to the embryos in increasing strengths over 10 to 20 minutes. Then the embryos are slowly cooled over 2 hours in a machine that lowers the temperature minute by minute. Once frozen, the embryos are stored in liquid nitrogen at -321 degrees Fahrenheit, -196.1 degrees Celsius. Vitrification is a rapid freezing technique that uses much higher strengths of CPAs. With this method, the doctor first mixes the CPAs with the embryos. CPAs that are very strong can also hurt the cell. To prevent this, the embryos are quickly placed into the liquid nitrogen. This process changes them into an almost solid state, like glass. In this state, ice is unable to form. When needed, the embryos are slowly thawed. They are soaked in special fluids to remove the CPAs. This also restores the cell's normal water balance. How long can embryos stay frozen? Frozen embryos are stored and monitored at hospital facilities, usually a lab, or commercial reproductive medicine centers. They can be safely preserved for 10 years and even longer.